Coach Prime past statements about the Cleveland Browns is starting to look more and more true. As you guys know, Shedeur Sanders has gotten what seems like a raw deal with the Cleveland Browns. Over time, the more times we progress, it's easier to see, just the agenda with the Cleveland Browns and things along those lines. Now, if you guys love Coach Prime and just Shedeur Sanders, whatever he's been able to overcome, just his resilience, you guys got to make sure you hit the like button right now for Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry, just for what the brother has been able to overcome, staying focused, and just continue to keep his head down, even though the cards seem like they were stacked against him in so many regards, all the way from the day he was drafted up until what we're seeing now. I mean, he had pretty much a bad game his last preseason game, and it could be a situation where we don't see him until 2026 season. Now, is he going to be the last quarterback on the roster? And he's going to be looking for a lot of injuries and a lot of losses for him to even be able to get an opportunity. But these are some of the things that Coach Prime spoke on with young quarterbacks coming to the Cleveland Browns, who we know has been a quarterback graveyard, with so many guys that been drafted there and their careers instantly fail, because it's all about positioning yourself. And again, hit the like button if you guys agree that Shedeur Sanders has gotten a raw deal. Either outside of that, you guys can see Coach Prime previous past tweet from 2018. He said he loved what the Cleveland Browns have done this offseason, but if I'm a young quarterback, ain't no way I'm going to Cleveland. I will pull a Eli Manning if possible. Think about it. Truth. Now, this tweet right here came up after they drafted Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round, where it seemed like the whole league was trying to keep Shedeur Sanders out the league. But now this tweet looks more and more true, as the young quarterback in Shedeur Sanders played with offensive linemen that the next day 4 of the 5 guys got cut. These are the guys that they had him playing with the last game, and he had some abysmal numbers as pertaining to these guys. Well, I think he had like 5 sacks or was sacked 5 times. And Coach Prime said it. If he was a young quarterback, one of Cleveland wouldn't be, in his cards. He would pull a Eli Manning. Now, let's get into some clips of what he previously had to say as well.
Now, all this is subjective because I know where I want them to go. Okay? But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli.
Now, you guys can see Coach Prime already knew the way the league can do with a young quarterback. As you guys see, guys like Cam Ward got an opportunity. He is the guy. However, things slipped away as the league had other plans for Shedeur Sanders, so Coach Prime and these guys didn't hold the cards. They had to go for any team, and he ended up landing with the Cleveland Browns. And it seemed like the Cleveland Browns is exactly what that previous 2018 tweet was back then. It still is today. It's the graveyard for a young quarterback. Granted, Dylan Gabriel is getting more opportunities as a young quarterback, but you guys can see he was he's a Kevin Stefanski guy, and Shedeur Sanders clearly wasn't, as he's getting a raw deal. Never got a chance to go with the first team guys. He's getting out there with third string guys. Most of those guys got cut, and you guys can see what
Browns is just a fuck up, man. From the inside of the shit, from the GM to the owner, this is a shit show. Joe Flacco is number 1, which we expected. Kenny fucking Pickett cannot see cover 2 or 3.
And then they listed Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, Tyler Huntley, and Deshaun Watson all at number 3. What do you think is going to happen with Shedeur?
Hopefully they put him on practice squad and fucking he get the fuck out of there.
So that right there, again, was the Pac-Man Jones previous, what he had to say about the Cleveland Browns. Hey, man, whether you guys love it or hate it, you can't, deny the fact that, it seemed like Shedeur Sanders got a raw deal from the time he got into the NFL draft all the way to when he was drafted, where he was drafted. And these guys, up until date, still never got a chance with the first team guys, etc. You guys can see even after the situation, this is what he had to say pretty much. He's still, been humble and been thankful for the opportunity in which things were presented to him. He knew he had opportunities to excel, or what he felt like he could have made the most of the situations. It turns out he played with a lot of guys that got cut. A lot of those guys would be working at Walmart somewhere, not necessarily Walmart, but they'd be working somewhere, probably not in the NFL. And those are guys he had to play with to try to earn his stay with the Cleveland Browns to be a starter. Hey, man, this is a lot of injuries. Or they play horribly bad. Who knows when we'll see Shedeur Sanders again, but he will always have my support. And you guys know on this platform, I'm going to continue to drop this content about all the Colorado guys. More content about things around the league, both college football and NFL. Y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all agree with Coach Prime that if you're a young quarterback, it is a graveyard for you. Going to the Cleveland Browns. Don't forget, if you're on TikTok, please get his page to follow. I'm Rich. You guys got to say thank you so much.